How's it going, everybody? My name is Doge, and today I will be reviewing the 2023 Ford Explorer ST. Now, this car has been highly requested by a bunch of my friends and the YouTube comments, and I'm super excited to review this today because I actually test drove this a few minutes ago, and I could probably say it's a family SUV that you do not want to race. So this is, like I said, the Ford Explorer ST. Now I think this is the first time that Ford actually gave an SUV a performance model, because they already have the Ford Focus RS, the GT500 and all that. So this is like a whole new game changer, because I think this is like the first time Ford did something like this. So under the hood is an astonishing, well, not really astonishing in terms of engines, but it makes a really good amount of power. So being that this is the ST model, it has a 3-liter EcoBoost V6 that makes 400 horsepower. Now, in my opinion, that is a lot for a family SUV like this. That's usually just for like police interceptors and like other family recreational uses. But this right here is like brutal. Like, this is a brutal amount of power. And coming from an SUV that looks as boring as homework, this is a game changer. Now I'm gonna say this clearly. The new Explorer is actually massive compared to all the previous generations, because a lot of generations were like a little smaller. They got bigger over time, except the first generation. That first generation model was plenty big. But anyway, you get my point. It actually looks really freaking good for an ST. I like the fact how they didn't include much to make it look like a performance model, because they did it's like what they did with the RS3. They made a performance model of the car, but made it look as boring as the base model. And speaking of base models, let me show you guys the trim levels and the prices of the Ford Explorer. Alright, so here we are at the dealership page for the 2023 Ford Explorer, otherwise known as the 2023 Falcon Scavenger or 2021. They're the same exact car. So this car comes in abundance of trims. The base model is actually rear-wheel drive, but a little less powerful, which is really cool because Ford had rear-wheel drive for the first few generations, and then for like the following generations after that, it was either front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive only. So being that they bought back the rear-wheel drive is amazing for this model year. So it has two different powertrains. It has a 2.3-liter EcoBoost 4-cylinder, the same one used in the Focus RS, and the 3-liter EcoBoost V6, which is, the one used in like the police interceptors and such. So starting with the base model, it's the XLT rear-wheel drive 2.3-liter 4-cylinder. It has 300 horsepower, which is amazing, because 300 horsepower in the base model is like really freaking powerful. so yeah, it's basically the all-wheel drive Grangeonite, which looks really freaking sick. EcoBoost V6 ST, which is the one we have here, worth around $50,000, no pass at all, mind you, and it's the most powerful trim. It's still the glitch is still there, but it actually does not have 365 horsepower. It's pretty heavy for a family SUV. It gets 20 miles a gallon. It's a 5-seater when it's a 7-seater in real life. Then we have the Timberlane, which is by far the coolest looking trim out of all of them. Then we have the Police Interceptor, which is the 400 horsepower trim along with the ST model. And then there's the Platinum EcoBoost V6. Then there's the Limited all-wheel drive. Then it's the Limited Hybrid all-wheel drive, which is, the hybrid. And then it's back to base with the EcoBoost 4-cylinder. Alright, now the colors here are simply so fitting. I know I said that like a billion times in a bunch of different car reviews, but I'm saying it again. I'm sorry. I just really like these colors. Alright, now that that's done, let me show you what this thing sounds like. very good sounds, and very good lighting. Now that that's done, let me show you how brutally fast this thing is. Alright, I'm gonna floor it in 3, 2, 1, go. Absolutely brutal acceleration, top speed of 141 miles an hour, 10 speed automatic. Let's check the braking. I don't know of better term to describe good brakes, but this is by far the best brakes for any SUV that's this heavy, because this weighs over 2 tons, almost 2.5 actually, but because this has like really good freaking brakes. Alright, now that I've shown you guys the performance, let's see how it drives. Okay, I'm gonna be brutally honest here. Driving the Explorer is pretty nice actually, because it has decent handling for a car that weighs like over 2 tons. It's extremely heavy, and it's actually brutally fast for what it is. It has really good handling for an SUV this size. That's like absolutely gigantic. So yeah. There's it turns pretty nicely at high speeds, but you still have to brake. It doesn't really turn nicely at high speeds. Why did I even say that? But anyway, it just drives like a normal SUV with huge amounts of power for a Ford, to say the least. So yeah, should you buy this car? Yes, because it's $50,000, no pass, and it can easily gap sports cars you know and love. Like I tried gapping a Lamborghini when they were still in game, rest in peace. But it didn't really end well because V10s, V12s, and all that. But anyway, if you guys like this video, be sure to like and subscribe, and as always, be sure to leave your car suggestions in the comments below, because like I say in every single car review video, I am more than likely to reply and add a car to my list if it's something that I feel like doing. So yeah, thanks for watching and have a great rest of your day.